Hello, and welcome to the inside of my Audi TT. And before I get yelled at by someone who might be behind me honking, let's launch this car. Wow, that was fast, to say the least. So yeah, welcome to this weird video. I'm just gonna call it Going for a Drive. We're gonna be talking about the Audi TT, talking about some things I want to do with this car, but importantly, I also wanted to talk about where we are. This is Mulholland Highway, probably one of the most famous stretches of roads here in Southern California. So I am taking advantage of this and filming it, showing you guys what it's like. And overall, we're just going to be having some fun. I got my LG acting as a secondary camera up there, and I thought this would be just a nice video to talk about the car, talk about some things I wanted to do with the car, and just have a nice chat and, well, go for a drive. So I have put the car into sport mode, so hopefully you'll be able to hear some of the engine noise. It's a turbocharged four-cylinder that develops around 200 horsepower, so it doesn't really sound the best, but it's mine and I think it sounds pretty good for what it is. I don't have much experience with these types of cars. Really, the only other cars I've had a lot of experience in is a 2012 Toyota Prius and an Acura MDX. So to say that this is an upgrade would be a bit of an understatement, to say the least. So I'm very excited to be able to drive this car on such a nice road. So first, let's talk about why this car specifically. Well, I chose this car for a few reasons. Number one is because I kind of wanted a base model just because of how insane prices are of cars at the moment. And when I got this car, it was kind of before everything hit the fan, to say the least. But nonetheless, the car prices throughout the industry were still not that great as we hit a really awkward timing stop sign here. Get some nice engine noise in there, you know, why not? Always got to take the opportunity to do so. But let's talk about this car specifically. So like I said, it's a base model, which means it's at the lowest tier of price, which is just nice. Now, this is also from 2008, but the year didn't really matter to me. What really mattered was the mileage, and this is probably one of the lowest mileage base models out there. As we hit this nice bend here, oh, you can see that fabulous view of the mountains, the Santa Monica Mountains to be specific. But this car has only, or had when at least I got it, 50,000 miles, which is really low for a base model. You'll see some of the TTSs and some of the TTRSs have some low mileage because they're, performance cars that are fairly expensive, and so people don't drive it as often. But the base models get driven a lot because they're normally a daily driver car. So to find one under 100,000 miles and even under 70,000 miles was pretty rare. And so I knew that this was going to be a special car when I saw it listed online. Now these are some nice corners here. Don't want to go too fast. I don't want to be overconfident. Just to talk about more about this car, like I said, inline four-cylinder. Actually, I shouldn't say inline because I frankly don't know. But it is a turbocharged four-cylinder, about 200 horsepower. I don't know the torque figure off the top of my head, but it is front-wheel drive. I know most TTs are quattro or all-wheel drive, but this one was front-wheel drive. As I said, base model is what I went with. And I know front-wheel drive kind of gets a bad rep within the car community, but frankly, because this is a, one of my first actual cars, I don't mind. I wouldn't notice the difference between front and rear-wheel drive, especially because I'm not doing anything crazy, just going on some nice back roads here. And honestly, at the speeds I'm going, I wouldn't really care that much. This is just my dream come true, to drive a car like this on a road like this. So to have anything at all is really awesome. Gosh, this stretch of road is amazing. The corners here are so nice to go through. They're very smooth, and there's a big variety of sharp corners and some wide bends at different speeds. There aren't too many hitches and bumps, but there are a few. The elevation changes are great as well. One of the things that I think is underrated about driving is elevation change. I think that really gives you a sense of scale. And this stretch of Mulholland gives you a lot of nice elevation changes, which is something that I really like personally. But let's talk about future plans for this car, because no car is ever 100% complete, and there's some things I'd like to change about this car. Firstly is the infotainment system. This car has the base model Symphony system, which is basically just a radio and an aux connection with a CD player. So to say that this can be upgraded, well, it can be. Now in terms of upgrading this system, probably I'll put in some random Android head unit from AliExpress, but the main thing I want is Apple CarPlay and wireless Apple CarPlay. I think that would really future-proof this car. Now, infotainment is one thing, and really it's a luxury, and so are the other things that I wanted to upgrade about this car. That's one of the main reasons I went with this car, is because it was so well taken care of. There wasn't anything that I urgently needed to fix. So yeah, other than the infotainment system, I'd love to upgrade the taillights to LED taillights. I think that's one of the only things about this car's exterior that kind of dates it. And of course, I'd like to make it orange. So I know that this is probably a very short video of this type, and mainly that's just because this is the first time I've ever done a video like this before, so I'm kind of getting used to this whole in-person thing, talking to a phone in the middle of driving, I guess. So it's kind of weird to do this, I'm not gonna lie. But I had a lot of fun doing it. Definitely took me a couple tries, I'm not gonna lie. But I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Hopefully I will have more videos like this to come, doing different things, maybe going to like Cars and Coffee, going on different roads here in Southern California, depending on how long I'm here for. But overall, just about the car itself, I'm extremely happy. This is my dream come true. I'm very pleased with the way this car handles and feels. It's as quick as I'd ever need it to be, and it's very fun to drive. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.